I think it's a good weekend anytime you can go on the road and get 2 wins. And obviously for this group to get off to a good start on Friday was not the case, but was really proud of how they battled back offensively in the second half. And obviously the way we finished the game with 31 in the fourth quarter, and then carried that over a little bit better into Saturday. Thought we did a great job of getting the ball inside, and Bree Harris and Analar really went to work in there and knocked down some outside shots, some mid-range jumpers, and for us to shoot 58%, it's something that we've been struggling with as of late, but have, again, just continue to defend and rebound and give ourselves a chance in every game. And I think as this group gets more confident offensively and starts knocking down some of those shots, it's only going to open up things even more. But overall, just very proud to get 2 wins and gain some momentum coming home.
Questions? Go ahead, Ben.
Coach, obviously, like you mentioned, it's always nice to go on the road and pick up 2 road wins, regardless of opponent, especially in conference play. But I think I saw 19 turnovers on Saturday. As big of a win as it was, I know you had to be a little bit unhappy in that aspect.
Yeah, I think we've been valuing the basketball and taking really good care of it. And we're averaging, I think now we're at 13 turnovers a game in conference play after Saturday's 19. But we had been, 10 the night before, and we were hovering right around 12 in conference play. And so that was a little disconcerting. And not that I think Michaela Wood's a great on-ball defender. I thought we were loose with the basketball a couple of times with her, but just took some chances in transition that we just didn't need to take, and need to make sure that when we're playing in a closer game, those turnovers matter. And so I felt like we could, with the way we shot the ball and the types of shots we were getting, I felt like we could have scored 90 had we not turned the ball over. But obviously something we watched individually with those players in particular, and we'll definitely correct that heading into this week. We're going to have to be much better with that.
Questions? Go ahead, Emma Kay.
Hey, Coach, you guys out-rebounded UTSA. I think it was like 45 to 31 or something like that. So how important, I guess, is it to win that rebound battle, really got those defensive rebounds? Offensively, they were pretty strong in that category, but how important is it to get that battle?
Huge. I think, it's deflating when you do a really good job defensively and force a contested shot, and then you give up an offensive rebound because one person doesn't do their job, or, the ball goes their way, and they gain an extra possession. It forces you to have to defend for, 20 more seconds. In women's college basketball, that first shot that's going up is, anywhere from 30 to 36% from the field. That second shot goes up to 50%, and then that third shot that you allow, is even higher than that. So it's really important for us to maintain, just momentum of limiting them to one shot. It's very deflating for a team to not score and then have to go down the other end and defend. And so for us, it allows us to start transition too. When our guards rebound the way that they are, they can grab it and they can go, and we can really get out and run. And I thought that kind of gave us a boost on Friday night in that third quarter, and then again on Saturday as well. So it's extremely important for us. We knew going into last weekend's games, they were averaging 15 offensive boards in conference play per game, and that was a big emphasis for us. We needed to make sure that we did a solid job of keeping them off the offensive glass and limiting their second chance points, and keeping them off the free throw line.
Bo, I think you raised your hand.
Brooke, you talked about the big fourth quarter on Friday night and playing better on Saturday overall. Do you get a sense that maybe the team is starting to gel a little bit on you? And how tough is it to make that happen in this season of COVID craziness?
I think the one thing that I've talked a lot about with this group is they really get along well. We do a lot of team building and just being able to communicate with one another and learning each other and how we receive messages, how we deliver messages, why some things impact certain players certain ways, and what their response is, and how do we take that response. And I think there's a lot that goes into that in a normal year we would be able to spend a lot more time together doing those things, whether it be playing laser tag or going to a movie, or just doing the typical stuff that you do off the court together in a non-COVID year. And I think for us it's been a little more challenging. We've had to be a lot more creative. But it's something that I think that, if you have a group that can communicate and understands one another, the more they do that off the court, the better they are on the court, and that trust is built. And that's something that we really try to focus on. I do feel like this team is gaining some confidence by the way they've defended and rebounded. It was really good to see some shots go in for certain players over the weekend, and just we hadn't hit 70 in a while, and this is a team that can score the basketball, and I think that's been kind of the puzzling thing for us is the shots just haven't gone in, and I feel like we've gotten really good looks. They just, for whatever reason, haven't dropped. And so I think sometimes you just need to see the ball go in the hole, and hopefully that starts happening more frequently, and those shooting percentages continue to rise, and more points are being put up on the board, and we continue to defend the way we are.
Corey?
Brooke, I was going to ask you about that 70 mark there, because I saw the video. You mentioned that, so I know that's been something that you've been challenging this team the last few weeks. So to kind of counterpoint to that, though, you guys are able to get over 70, but how much has this team shown you that it doesn't necessarily have to score 65 points to win a basketball game? It looks like defensively this group's been able to really kind of maybe play above its head a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've been committed to the defensive end. I think their level of communication, their level of trust of knowing that my teammate's going to be in help side when we force sideline baseline, that I know I've got somebody behind me that's going to be there to back me up if I get beaten off the dribble. And then we're going to have a rotation where we help the helper. And I think that's just built confidence with them. But they want to see the ball go in the hole. We want to play an exciting brand of basketball. We want to see points be put up on the board. I know everybody does, but at the end of the day, if we have to be a grind it out, find a way to win team, then we'll do that. And I think that as this group finds its identity, we talk a lot about playing hard and how we define that and what that looks like. And playing hard may not be being physical all the time. Playing hard means communicating on defense. Playing hard means fighting over a screen, calling out a screen, getting 6 feet in the paint, in an offensive rebound situation, all five blocking out, taking a charge. We have Kiana Walker who's taken, Malcolm can tell you, 29 charges, I think, on the year now, which is ridiculous. And it's just, maybe I'm counting the 2 that she got cheated out of on Saturday. But just their commitment to that, I think, has been really good. And so for us, it's just, if we have to, I'd love to score 70 every game, but if we have to grind it out, I think this group's built to do that as well.
Brooke, talk a little bit about UTEP coming to town this weekend. A really, really good minor basketball team.
Yeah, I think they're a group that can score the basketball. They're a little bit like us in the fact that they haven't shot it from 3 as well as I think they're capable of this year. But they can put up points. They're led by Gallegos at the point, and in her sophomore year, I mean, she really had a solid freshman season, and she is, picked up where she left off, and I think she's gotten better. They really go as she goes, and they have nice complementary pieces inside. And with Pruitt and, I think just Krause on the perimeter, and just some players that can really step up and make some plays for them. And I think they're tough-minded. I think they defend well. We're going to see, multiple things from them. They're going to pick up and press us in the full court and three-quarter court. We're going to see some zone, some matchup zone. We're going to see some man. I think they rebound the basketball well. So it'll be a big challenge for us. And, we're at home, and we've got an opportunity to build a little momentum, but we've got to come out and we've got to defend really well, keep them off the glass, and then we've got to be able to attack and handle their changing defenses.
Go ahead, Corey.
Brooke, could you also touch on the importance of these, the last 2 games as well as these 2 games coming up, with it being Western Division opponents and, potentially setting yourselves up for, a really good seed when it comes to Conference USA tournament time?
Yeah, I think for us, we're talking about day by day, game by game. This week it's UTEP, and obviously it is a divisional opponent. But we don't know, obviously we'll get to Thursday and see if we get to play on Friday, but you never know when games are going to be canceled. And so we have to make the most of every opportunity that we get, whether it's division, non-division. whatever it may be, we've got to be ready to go. But there is a little bit more to it, I think, just because you're trying to get in those top 2 spots in each division to earn a bye in the tournament. And, for us, we've got to continue to go out and get better and continue to work and take care of the little things. I think the little moments that we've had along the way are building momentum for us, and that's something that we talk about as a group. And I think it's really important that we continue with that, not get caught up in, standings and all the other things. Just focus on what's our job today, who's our opponent, how can we go out and get better and achieve what we want to achieve with the group that we have.
Brooke, you're basically a third of the way through Conference USA. This middle third, 5 of these 6 games are at home. So just talk about the importance of this stretch, this next 6-game stretch. And again, I know you're just looking at Friday, but as a whole, when you have 5 of them at home.
Yeah, it's huge. Number one, we get to sleep in our own beds. We get to stay out of hotels. I think the travel has been a little bit different this year than, obviously in the past. You basically go to your hotel, you go pick up your food at, the meeting space, and you go back and you eat. And there's just not a lot of time to be outside of your little room. And so it's nice to be at home and just kind of in their environment, but it's extremely important to protect your home court. That's something that, we pride ourselves on. We feel, we're still frustrated. We gave up that one at home to Western and felt like that was one we gave away. And so it's important for us to, go back and get those on the road last weekend and then come back home and protect your home court, because we're going to have a tough finish on the road. So we need to take care of business at home and make sure that we take advantage of every opportunity that we have to play in the Thomas Assembly Center in front of our fans and in our environment.
Questions for Brooke? All right, Brooke. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thanks.